Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, the fastest growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the LS2 Coz. What's up, SpeedX fan? Before we jump in and give you the rundown on the new LS2 Coz helmet, do us a favor, subscribe to that Speed Addicts channel. That way you get first look at all the latest gear. We're not only going to give you that first look, but we're also going to educate you. And if you subscribe, you don't have to worry about missing out. Also, if you'd like to support us here at SpeedX.com, you can do so by simply shopping with us. There's a link in the description below. That'll take you to the full assortment of the LS2 Coz helmets over at Speed Addicts. We really appreciate your support. And while you're over there, feel free to shop for any other parts or gear you might need for your next two-wheel adventure. Okay, LS2 helmets, definitely coming up over the past few years. They are going fast with new models over the past 12 months. They're basically refreshing their entire lineup to meet the new ECE 2206 safety requirements over in Europe, which means you are going to get safer helmets and the latest and greatest designs out there. Now, the whole idea behind the Coz helmet is to give you an affordable option for a motocross helmet coming in at $109. That is pretty damn good here in the fall of 2023, considering how much prices have come up for everything. The day of the $100 like motocross helmet is pretty much behind us for all the big motocross brands, that you've heard of out there. Now, if you're not familiar with LS2, you should know they're definitely a leader in the street market, especially with modular helmets. If you're a dirt rider, you haven't heard of them, it's probably because they're just bigger in the street game. They've been around for a long time. They've made helmets actually for many of the top brands that have been around for many, many decades, and they came out with their own LS2 label a little bit more than 10 years ago now. So that's the backstory. But again, $109 for an ECE 2206 helmet, which is passing those latest safety standards, and you're getting their Kinetic Polymer Alloy shell. More on that in a minute. The weight, also very lightweight, coming in at just a smidge over 3 pounds. So when it comes to motocross helmets, anywhere right around, you want to be right around that 3 pound mark. If you're sub 3 pounds, your full carbon fiber shell or something like that, you can get sub 3, but anything right around 3 is nice and light. When it comes to the fit, you are going to notice it is an intermediate oval head shape, which is going to be compatible with most of your intermediate oval shaped heads out here in the United States. And the fit is going to be accurate according to the sizing chart. Extra small through 3 extra large is available. Again, go by the sizing chart. You shouldn't have any problems. But in case you do, if you shop at Speed Addicts, you don't have to sweat it, because we're going to cover the return shipping and not nickel and dime you like those other guys. You know who I'm talking about. No. We're going to treat you like family, make it real easy to return something, get a different color, get a different size, or just get your money back if you decide it's not for you. To qualify, you need to live in lower 48 states and make sure the gear is brand new in original condition. Okay, we're going to start with the shell. Beautiful design, I must say, for a helmet at this price point. They spared no time in the number of iterations and the overall design concept of the Coz helmet here. Nice modern design with plenty of ventilation. But let's talk about the material. This is a proprietary material, and it is called KPA. They have their little insignia back here. So LS2 KPA material is a hybrid. It's somewhere in between a traditional polycarb or plastic helmet and a fiber helmet. And what they've done is they've dissolved aramid fibers inside of that plastic polymer material. And by impregnating that material with those aramid fibers, they're able to tune the amount of rigidity across different planes of the shell, and that is a safety thing. The other thing that they're able to do is it has better puncture protection than a traditional polycarb shell, while maintaining that really low coefficient of friction so that it slides very nicely. So that is their KPA material. Let's check out the ventilation. So there's ventilation underneath this peak here, as we call it in the business. There's 3 intakes, 1 here and then 2 on the brows. I know it's hard to see with that peak kind of shading it out, but that is your primary intake. Also, really nicely designed chin bar vent. That thing looks mean, and some gill vents over here on the chin. As we flip it around, you have passive ventilation down low on both sides, these little winglet vents, and then a big, chunky skylight port up here. So this isn't just for show. When you take out the liner, like we'll do later and show you, you can see a nice big hole in that EPS. So you will get that hot, moist air sucked out of this helmet. When it comes to the eyeport, large eyeport, you will be able to fit your large 100% Scott, whatever your Oakley, air brakes, whatever kind of goggles you're running, you will be able to fit in here, no problem. It's designed to accommodate goggles that are getting larger and larger, as we know. Let's talk about the interior here real quick. We're going to flip this over. But before we do, the peak, one thing, visor not adjustable. It's basically fixed in this position. It's held in place by 4 different screws. And even if you loosen those, you can't get any wiggle room out of this. So you're kind of stuck at that spot. It is a compromise, something you're going to have to deal with. When we look inside of the Coz helmet, you will notice that it has a nice modern liner, lots of mesh, breathable, removable, washable. When we pull these cheek pads out of the way, you're going to notice there's also speaker pockets. So if you want to run a comm system, you can do so. You can run a clamp style, you can run an adhesive mount. They have given you a little bit of runway here to work with, so comm system should not be a problem. Let's move these cheek pads out of the way and show you the multi-density EPS liner that is, again, EC22 compliant. There we are. There is your cheek pad. They have little holes here. Again, if you're going to run speakers, you can do so. I like that they went with black. So this is kind of taking the place of their old gate helmet. And a lot of times manufacturers will go with lighter colors on motocross helmets, especially ones in this price range for some reason. And when they do that, sorry, this is a little sticky. When they do that, they open themselves up to the liners, and cheek pads getting really funky. And even if you wash them, if the liner's kind of a light gray color or something like that, it's just a bad move. It's going to look really worn down pretty fast. Let's get this headliner out of the place. You're going to get a 5-year warranty on the Coz, which is pretty sweet. That's about 3 years longer than the industry standard. And this is quite a nice comfort liner, again, for this price point. You are going to get those thermo welded seams, not a bunch of cheap mesh or other crap getting in the way of your ventilation. Lots of holes down the middle. Nice, comfortable place to be. If I fold this out, I mean, this looks like a comfort liner from a helmet that's at least 2 or 3 times the price of this. So LS2 always over delivering, dollar for dollar. Standard double D-ring closure. We'll go ahead and open this up. I like the red D-rings. It's a nice touch. And it goes with their logo here. All right. Other thing, it's the small details, but this chin strap is soft and supple. Inexpensive helmets, one of my pet peeves is their chin straps will be rough. They'll be crunchy and not very supple or flexible, and you can really feel it, you know, when you have it on. It makes it feel like a cheap helmet. Okay, in here, big ear pocket or speaker pockets, so you can even run your 40mm JBLs or whatever comm system you want to run in here, no problem. You have that giant EPS port, so you can see the studio through the back. You have the giant air ventilation port up in the top that lines up with your skylight vent up here and gets you that big ventilation. Up here in the front, you notice they've taken a few big chunks out of the EPS here to get you the ventilation, the temples, which is a great place to keep you cool, calm, and collected out there. And that about does it. Again, 5-year warranty on this thing is crazy for $109. You get the KPA material, ECE 2206 safety standard, beautiful comfort liner again for this price point, killing it. It is the Coz. Head over to speedx.com if you're looking for an MX helmet on a budget that looks bitchin' and gives you all the modern features. You'll be dialed in. You still got questions? Don't worry, talk to our rider support team over there, over the phone, email, or live chat. That's right, you can talk to a human at Speed Addicts. And once you get your hands on the Coz, let us know how you like it in the comment section below. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.